Somebody, of course I can. But even if you just put me in a box, and I think this is a big problem that Conor's going to have when he puts him in a boxing ring. I've done a lot of boxing sparring. You still, I don't want to dip my head too much because I'm still thinking about the knee in my subconscious because that's what I'm trained to do. And in a fight, once he gets tired, once that game plan goes out the window, he's going to do his instincts. He's not going to be able to avoid the same punches the same way because it's a different game. He's going to be worried about the takedown. He's not going to get too close. He's just going to revert back to that. Can he box? Yes. Is he a boxer? Absolutely not. Yeah, no. I mean, I can do the same thing. Look, these boxers think, for some reason, somebody has fooled boxers into thinking that they're going out there and they really fighting. That ain't a real fight. You put me in a bar next to any boxer in the world, I don't care who it is, you can give him a free shot. I can start on my back, and I'm beating that man. I would murder him. If no one was to step in, if no ref was to step in, no cop or whatever, the man be unconscious on the floor.
Given financially, though, does this change the game in terms of how much he's going to make off this fight? Does that lead, I'm not saying crossover, but we've seen it a couple times, the sport evolve. I think this is another part of that evolution. You saw it with boxing with Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather has transcended the sport of boxing, and I think Conor almost is getting to that point. And the UFC has done such a good job for so long to keep the UFC first and then the fighter second. And you might start seeing that kind of go away a little bit. I don't know, especially with the money that's being made and tossed around. I gotta give Conor respect for that. He did the right thing. He played this game the way you're supposed to play it. Make a bunch of money, have a bunch of easy fights, and you get up out of it. I gotta give it to him. But as a fighter and as a competitor, I still don't give him all the credit that he is.
Do you expect him to come back and defend the title, or do you think he might just move on somewhere else, especially if you're the champ?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, if he the real competitor that I think he is, if he the real fighter, if he were the real man that I think he is, then he'll come back, and the real man that he say he is, then he'll come back and he'll try and defend against a young, hungry champion instead of fighting these dudes that's already retired. I said it before, Floyd Mayweather's this tall, this wide. Come on, it's not even a real fight. It's a boxing match. They playing tag. You want to see how many times he can touch his forehead more than he can touch his forehead. And me, it's going to be a real drag him out, box him up fight. The real fight is October 7th. This is just a spectacle. And I'm really, I don't even want to talk. It's not really nothing to even talk about no more with it.
Are you looking forward to Ferguson? And did you think for any period of time that you might have fought Michael Chiesa again?
No, I never thought. Michael Chiesa don't want to fight with. Michael Chiesa is saying a lot of things. He did it well. He played that game right. He put some doubt in the folks' mind. But ask him, do he want that fight again? What he gonna tell you? He never in a million years do he want that fight again. So I never even entertained it. I was on the bigger and better already. I'm fighting the fights that nobody wants to fight. Nobody wants to fight Tony. Nobody wants to fight Khabib. I'm asking for these fights. Even Khabib don't want to fight. So I'm fighting the fights that nobody wants to. And Tony is the toughest fight in this division. He's a way tougher fight than McGregor for a lot less money. I don't know. I'm kind of stupid, but I guess that's just the competitor in me.
When does it come to renegotiating your contract then? Because you're taking this fight for a little bit less. If you beat Tony, what are you going to do? Are you going to go back to the negotiating table?
Well, I mean, every fight is less than the Conor fight. That's just, I'm just being realistic. Conor he's going to bring that different level. But as far as an actual fight, Conor doesn't, he's not that. He's not with people. As soon as I get my hands locked around a man, it's going to be a wrap. I'm gonna throw him down, I'm going to toss him around, and I'm going to choke him unconscious. With Tony has a lot of different, Tony can wrestle real well. Tony actually likes to play guard a lot. And he does such awkward and tricky things on the feet that it's hard to time, it's hard to get down, and it's a big challenge, and nobody's been able to solve it. So I'm kind of excited about being able to solve that. If I solve the McGregor, casual fans are going to be a little they're going to be, what the hell happened? They're going to blame it on whatever. But I already know. I said it years ago. I'm going to choke Conor out. It ain't going to be hard for me. So Tony is the real fight. That's the fight I'm looking most forward to.
Are there at least stipulations in your contract already that pertain to a title fight, though?
Yeah, for sure. Come on. I ain't stupid. I got to, there's some McGregor money to be made out there. I'm going to make sure I get some. Look, I got to get a slice of this pie, too. I'm telling you.
Before your last fight, you were talking about the UFC adding a 165-pound division. So give us the latest on that.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that they didn't. I would have liked it. I'm sitting here right now. I'm about 185 pounds.
still ripped up, still like I'm in shape, you know. So I would like a 165 division. I was hoping my next fight would have been at 165, but what can I do? I take what they give me, and then after this, who knows? Maybe we'll revisit it. Maybe in Detroit. I don't know. We'll see how this thing shakes up. I think for my health and safety, I would have liked to fight at 165, but I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah, and you mentioned Detroit. How does this fight affect your availability for Detroit?
Tony's a dog. Tony's gonna bring a dog fight. I'm expecting to take some damage even after I whoop his ass. So we'll see. We'll see if I can make that quick turnaround. I've already had 4 fights in I've had 4, maybe 5 fights in the past 12 months. So I'm a very active fighter. I'm very young. I still I turn 25 next month. So I'm still able to recover very fast. So I want to come back. I want to show the folks of Detroit what's up. Either way, like I said, I'm gonna show up with 12 pounds of gold. So it really don't matter if Khabib want to show up or not. I'll probably be there, and Khabib still won't show up. And I'm taking 3 fights in the damn time that I've been calling him out. How long I've been calling out Khabib? Since, January? And then took 3 fights already. Come on, give me something.
Hey, one last question. Is there any part of you that hopes that Conor doesn't get beat too bad? Because you still want him to have a lot of mystique coming back into this sport, because then he will still be the big money fighter. As you're watching the fight on Saturday, will that be going through your head at all? I hope he doesn't get made to look silly, and that would actually hurt his selling power in this sport.
I don't think it does. I don't think it hurts him at all. I don't think he'll. The only thing that will is if he gets knocked out really bad in 1-2 rounds. And I don't really see that happening either. I think he at least will, make it to 9-10 before the pace and the body shots become too much for him, and he throws in his corner throws in the towel. But as far as getting cold clocked by Floyd, I don't see that really happening. So, maybe, but you talking about a snowball's chance in hell.
You see Floyd getting cold clocked by him?
Nah, that ain't gonna happen. Come on. People think that Conor is this he's just got this hammer on his hand or something. The man hits hard. You have to respect it. But for 10 seconds, for $200 million, man, come on, it ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, do you feel like you're the uncrowned champion at 155?
I think I've been the uncrowned champ for a while. Like I said, I walk and talk like a champion every time you see me up here. When I was over in Ireland and there wasn't no media around me, I still was saying the same shit. I feel like I've been the champ for a while. I'm definitely showing that I'm the future of this division, and I think the UFC's on board with that.
Where did that confidence come from? Is it just from your background and being what you have to do just to get on this stage? So you basically went through the tough part of your life?
I mean, that too, and nothing's ever been given to me. A lot of these guys, nothing ever been given to me. So I've had to work for it all, and that's where I wouldn't be this confident if I wasn't putting in the work. You know what I mean? Because win, lose, or draw, I'm gonna feel like a champion because I know I did the work like a champion, and ain't nobody gonna take that away from me. I used to try and suppress it a little bit, kind of show the you got to be politically correct, and that's when the sponsor's gonna come, and that's when the fans going man, fuck all that. I'm much happier just being me, and I just be me when y'all even talk to me. So I'm cool with it.
2-part question: you think that incident with Chiesa was a blessing in disguise because it kind of got you in the natural forefront, and how disappointed you are that you're not on the Detroit card, at least as of today?
I'm not that. How can I be disappointed? This is what I'm asking for. They asked me for the fight with Tony. I accepted right away without renegotiating the contract, without any of that. I'm gonna fight the man. When he walked up on me at International Fight Week, we both knew we was gonna fight. I texted him. I was like, I'll DM you my address right now. We can get it in. So when they showed up and they we'll give you some money for it. I'm like, shit, you just tell me when and where to be. I'll still be in Detroit after this.
Who in this division do you think is about that life, like yourself? Do you think we got a lot of posers, or people actually about that life?
I will give it to Tony. Tony is a dog, man. Tony can fight, and Tony like a dog fight. He poke eyes. He kick you in the nuts. He'll do whatever. He'll grab the fence. He really don't give a fuck, and he don't care if the refs step in or whatever. It's gonna be a dog fight. It's gonna be a good one, and he can take a shot. So I'm kind of looking forward to showcasing skills a little bit. That's why I was upset at Chiesa, because I didn't really get to showcase as much as I would have liked. Chiesa went ahead and got up out of there real quick. So hopefully Tony can stay around and that chin hold up.
What is something that you say that? What are some things that we need to look for that we have not seen? Because you can't give us a little sneak peek.
Yeah, I gotta take what people give me, but it's a lot more to be shown there. So I think that's going to be the most exciting thing about this fight. That's why I took this fight, is to kind of showcase. And then when I go into those contract renegotiations, they'll be like, oh, this man can do it all. He ain't just about that smoke.
Last one for me. You're very confident that you can finish Conor, Is that something like you like? Is that like part of one of your missions, along with getting the belt, to be that guy to stop him at 155 or below? Since it's been stopped before, but nobody in his quote unquote weight class has. Do you want to be that guy, and you think that puts you on another level since you have more eyeballs on that fight if you get it?
I mean, maybe the casual fans, but I could really give a damn what a casual fan think. Like, I just did an interview the other day on like ESPN Europe or something like that, and the dude didn't even know who I was. Like, he was asking me like, have you ever fought in Vegas before? And I'm like, bro, like, I'm gonna stop the interview right here. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you know, these people don't even. He has so many eyeballs on him that it's from people who don't know anything about fighting. So I can really give a damn about their opinion. Like, when they do that, when they say shit like that, like, when they're like, oh, you know, oh, he's riding around in a Rolls Royce instead. I'm like, well, okay, but can the man fight? That's what I want to know. Like, this the competitor in me talking now. So, you know, take away all that. Like I said, take away all the entourage, take away all the money, take away the suit, all that. Stand us next to each other and point out who you think gonna whoop who ass, and tell me that man gonna get me. Hey, man, you got to be crazy.